My name is Rose. I am a cross-categorical pre-K teacher at Roberts Elementary School in Sugar Hill, Georgia. So I teach ages 3 to 5, and my kids have some type of disability ranging from a physical disability to a mild to moderate cognitive disability. And out of the pre-K classes in my county, my kids would be considered the higher functioning kids. So a lot of the kids in my classroom end up staying with me for a few months and then moving on to general education, which is really exciting. I think that's probably one of my favorite parts about my job is having them, loving them, teaching them all the things they need to learn, having them master all their goals and objectives, and then sending them out into general ed. I've actually sent 4 kids out to gen ed so far this year, so that's really, really exciting for me. In terms of my hobbies, I collect tropical aeroids, which are plants. So that's what I like to do in my free time. I have 2 greenhouses that I built to take care of them. So I have a lot of plants. I think I have like 118 in my house right now. So that's my big hobby. My current role, I'm a pre-K teacher. After I finish this program in teaching special education, I plan on going on and getting my doctorate in it. I haven't decided if I want to do a PhD or an EDD yet, but I have some time to figure that out, so that's nice. But that is the next goal, is to apply to one of those programs and start it after I finish this one. In terms of teaching, this is my 2nd year teaching. Before I did this, I was a behavior technician at the Marcus Institute in Atlanta, and I taught kids with autism functional language skills. I did that for 3 years. I really, really loved it, but I ended up having some ethical issues with ABA as a whole. I think ABA can be practiced ethically, and I think there are people out there who are trying to practice it ethically, but I don't think everybody is. Marcus was a pretty good place to work, but there was another clinic that I worked at before Marcus that I had a lot of issues with. I ended up leaving because I was working with a 4-year-old who had autism and was engaging in a lot of vocal stereotypy, and I was running a punishment protocol on her for several hours a day, and I just didn't really agree with that because we would consider vocal stereotypy developmentally appropriate for a 4-year-old if they were typically developing. So I didn't really understand why we were considering it atypical on a child with autism. So I left, and now I'm teaching, and I'm so glad I did because I absolutely love my job. In terms of my understanding of literacy, I really don't have a lot. So my undergrad is actually in child development, so I am very new to the entire world of teaching. So teaching literacy was actually one of the harder things that I did last year. Last year I taught autism level 3 K through 2. So I had a lot of emerging readers, and I had a lot of readers in 2nd grade that were really far behind, that were still learning how to read. So that was definitely pretty difficult for me. So I am excited for this class. This year, in terms of literacy, it's a lot easier because we're just, learning letter sounds and identifying letters and learning some of my kids can read, which is kind of impressive. I have a 3-year-old that goes around and reads everything in my classroom, and I love it. But I'm actually really excited for this course and to see how it goes.